But regardless, Brooklyn seems to be, this is a little Odessa still, and this is still the neighborhood that Russian-speaking community or people from former Soviet Union are feeling very comfortable and do call their home. And there are a lot of problems. So, George, tell us how you're going to fix it. This is what we want to know. Do you think it's fixable? And if yes, what's your plan?
All right. Well, there's a couple of questions there. First of all, Anna and Andre, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate that, to get my message out and what I'm going to do for the community. Look, I say it a million times, and I've said it a million times when I talk to voters. People don't choose to leave the city because there's a hurricane or tornado or a big fire. They leave because there's death by 1,000 cuts. The taxes are too high. There's all these little taxes on your bills. Your packages are getting stolen. There's somebody urinating on the train. A friend of yours got robbed. Your catalytic converter got stolen. And all these things add up to one day everyone coming to this decision to say, you know what, the hell with it. I want to move out. I want to move to North Carolina. I want to move to New Jersey. I'm going to move to Florida. I believe in Brooklyn. I believe we can fix Brooklyn, and I believe we can do better. I don't think we are at the optimal. I mean, streets are dirty. Like I said, you like all those things. Rats are everywhere. There's crime. We don't have enough cops, and the cops that we have, we're not giving them the backing that they need. We're passing laws that are handicapping the NYPD instead of handcuffing criminals. I mean, it just goes on. So I believe somebody's got to be there. Somebody's got to be a voice. Our district has been under Democratic control for about 2 decades. There's a chance here for a Republican to win. Kamala only won this district by about 1%. So this district is a winnable district and can be represented by a Republican who will fight for the values. I don't want to say Republican values, but the values of our community.
Sorry, I will say it in Russian, but я думаю, мы должны напомнить той аудитории, вернее, объяснить, которая только что подключилась к нашей программе, что это вечерняя программа радио USA, это шоу «Пасти дома», и у нас в студии человек, ну, в общем-то, за которого лично я буду голосовать 24 июня, и я думаю, многие из вас примут такое же решение. Джордж Sarantopoulos, человек, который обещает изменить к лучшему жизнь в многих районах бруклинских, какие он будет представлять, где живет очень много русскоязычных жителей. I was trying just to explain everybody who is late for the beginning.
No, absolutely. I appreciate that.
The latecomers are welcome. George, everything sounds terrific, but in order to make a decision, we need to know who are you and what makes you qualified. So can you tell us more about yourself, why you want to do this, and what makes you think you can make this difference?
Sure. I have, well, let's start with why I decided to run. A couple of years ago, it's a little bit of a personal story, but I got pretty sick. I got diagnosed with prostate cancer. And now prostate cancer is usually one of those cancers that can be taken care of pretty quickly, or it's one of the cancers that we have a lot of answers for. Unfortunately, it had spread to my bones and my lymph nodes. And when they did a scan of me, it lit up like a Christmas tree. It was spread all over. Wow. About a year ago, we went through a very rigorous course of treatment. We did chemo. We did some hormone therapy. My scan came up completely clean. My PSAs are clean. So I decided I wanted to do something. I wanted to, I mean, obviously I took a little time off, figured what I wanted to do, but I figured I wanted to get back to this community. I don't need a job. A lot of these political people that are running because they need a job. I've had a good business. I've been blessed. But I want to do it because I want to do it for the right reasons. I want to fight for this community. I want to continue to live here. I believe in Brooklyn, like you said. Brooklyn's a great place to live, and I want to keep it that way, or we can do better, right? So that's why I decided to run and give back to the community.
George, I'm glad you said it, because when we were speaking, when we were getting introduced, honestly, when you said that changed everything for me. Because when you said that, when you went through such an ordeal, and the conclusion you came to is that let me do everything I can to make life for my family, my community, and the city better. I mean, that says it all. That's
Listen,
character, George.
God doesn't keep us alive to get a bigger house or a bigger profit margin. He keeps us alive to create meaning, to do good things. Yeah. That's what I believe.
God gave you a chance to live, to start your life with the beginning, yes?
Yes, a second chance,
and
absolutely.
You decided that your new life will be dedicated to people.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I've been blessed with my business. I'm financially secure. Mm-hmm. So as long as I can take care of my family, I don't need a job. I'm not doing this because a lot of these political people are doing it because they need a job. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it because I want to help the community. I want to fight. I want to fight against these crazy people in the city council because there's a lot of craziness going on over there.
You are from Brooklyn?
I was born on Staten Island. Uh-huh. As soon as I could, and I was old enough, I moved to Manhattan. And then I lived there with my now wife, but then my girlfriend for a couple of years, and we adopted her brother at 13. So we needed a bigger place. I had a studio apartment in Manhattan, and we looked around, and Bay Ridge was one of the communities that we were attracted to, and we ended up living in Brooklyn. And now it's 25 years later.
Yeah, I'm just, I came from Brooklyn like half an hour ago, and, all Bay Ridge is covered with the posters.
That gives me a warm feeling inside.
Yeah. Bay Ridge is standing for you, I think so.
Thank you very much. I hope we'll find out June 24th, right?
Oh, okay.
George, but politics is a very dirty game, and now, we always kind of knew it. Now we see it, we read about it. I mean, it's all kind of terrible. I mean,
it's really bad. I mean,
it's really bad.
But I have look. It's not just business experience. I have 4 or 5 years running campaigns. I've worked as a communications director for an elected assemblyman. So it's not just business experience that I have. About 30 years of business experience. I mean, I was running my dad's restaurant from 17, 18 years old. To my current business. It's also 5, 6 years of politics, being involved in running campaigns. Me and my wife started volunteering, and then it just took up a lot of time, and it became a little business. And then we started running campaigns, and we just had a lot of passion for it. We felt like we could make a difference.
It's amazing. And something that is happening in the Republican Party of Brooklyn right now, our whole community is talking about that. It's really, really nasty. And your primaries are actually against the person who's really, truly dividing our community right now. For those who do not know, we have Ina Vernikov for the last 4 years, who is a councilwoman from the 48th Council District. And Ina is a great representative. She's been doing a great job. She's educated. She's intelligent. She's a Republican. She represents our community well. She represents our neighborhood well. All of a sudden, the Republican boss, who is actually...
By the way, he endorsed Jeb Bush in 2016. So what do you expect?
Okay. So, yes, George is running against Richie Barsamian, who is the boss of the Republican Party of Brooklyn, who has, for some reason, decided to run another Republican against already a good and established Republican. He put Ari Kagan against Ina Vernikov. Okay? Why? We already have a good Republican representative from our community. Why do that? Why split our community? And this is terrible. It's dirty. It's bad. And it shouldn't be. There's no reason for it. So,
by the way, Ina is a councilwoman. I mean, there's not too many council people that got called out by Trump in a good way, in a positive way, right? And this is the person we're running were running Ari against him. Like, why? Why divide up a community? You got, I don't know what you would have, but I would say, 70-80% of Russians are Republican, probably. Why divide up the community?
No, we don't understand this either. This is such a bad move. The entire community is absolutely appalled that this is taking place right now. And this is a person that could possibly represent that district that we're talking about. Okay, your district, 47th Council District that you're running against. You're running against a person who right now is the boss of the Republican Party of Brooklyn and who's making terrible moves. Absolutely terrible moves. This is not a party of unity if this is something that is happening.
There's two reasons why people run, right? Mm-hmm. This is what I learned at I was invited by the Leadership Institute. They did a campaign management school, right? So they teach you one thing. You run for two reasons. You run either one, because you want to help people, or two, you want to be somebody. Mm-hmm. And I think he's only been a chairman for 2 years, and then all of a sudden to decide to run, that shows to me that he wants to be somebody. And why don't you do the work? Build up the party. We have a party here in Brooklyn that has 15,000, as of the last filing, right, has $15,000 in the bank account. That's embarrassing. We just came off the biggest election for Republicans, right? 2024, Trump killed it, right? There should be hundreds of thousands that you raised, right? And the Democratic Party has hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank account. They are registered 10 to 1, 11 to 1 in Brooklyn. So for every Republican, there's 11 Republicans. For every Republican, there's 11 Democrats. I mean, where's our party? There's no structure. There's no infrastructure. No office. No Lincoln dinner that's supposed to be once a year. This is not a strong Republican Party. Work on that. Make the party better. And then run maybe in 5 or 10 years when you have a resume to say, hey, I've achieved some great things. Not run and as soon as you got in there. And divide up a community that is solidly Republican, for somebody who's already there. And we always, when you run somebody in a primary, you always have the opportunity to lose the seat to a Democrat. So why would you run somebody in a primary and then we might lose the seat? I mean, we just lost the Senate seat with 50% pro-Republican, pro-Trump they voted for. And we just lost it. So maybe you need to work on the party, not your own campaign.
100% agree.
Yeah.
George, thank you so much for explaining so much today, for being very honest and sincere, for truly wanting to make Brooklyn great again.
I do want to make Brooklyn great again. I believe in it, and I definitely think we can do better.
And hopefully with your help in this election, with your victory in this election, we'll be able to see that happen, because we really all very much love Brooklyn.
We need every registered Republican to show up, though. We need them to come out, vote for Ina. If I didn't say it a lot, if you live in Ina's district, come out, vote for her. And if you live in my district, 47, which is Bath Beach, Seagate, Coney Island, Bay Ridge, a little bit of Dyker Heights, please consider voting for me. I mean, I think
George Sarantopoulos.
George Sarantopoulos.
It's very hard to
just think up. George like George Washington, but not so famous.
Итак, для тех, кто только что подключился к нашему эфиру, вы опоздали, пропустили очень интересный разговор с Джорджем Сарантополосом, который будет бороться за Бруклин, за которого нужно проголосовать 24 июня, но, к счастью, у Радио USA есть замечательная страница в Фейсбуке и YouTube-канал. Мы ведем трансляцию в Facebook и YouTube-канал, и если вы пропустили этот разговор, вы можете прямо сейчас заглянуть на страницу Радио USA в Фейсбуке, заглянуть на YouTube и внимательно послушать, о чем мы говорили с нашим сегодняшним гостем.
А самое главное, проголосовать за нашего гостя.
Да.
На самом деле выборы начинаются, первичные выборы, они начинаются с 14 июня, а сами выборы 24 июня. С 14 по 22 это первичные выборы, то есть можно проголосовать тоже, но 24 июня это вот сам день, когда будут проходить праймерис.
Да. Ну, в общем, одним словом...
Джордж Sarantopoulos.
Джордж Sarantopoulos. И
Спасибо.
если вы просыпаетесь каждое утро не с радостью, а просыпаетесь от какого-то грохота каких-то этих байкеров, которые, не знаю, черт знает, что делают за окном. Если вы заснуть не можете от людей, которые мешают спать, которые устраивают какие-то бучи, скандалы, драки, если вы понимаете, что полиция этому не помогает. Кстати, Джордж, в общем, особое внимание, по-моему, да, будет уделять, если мы его выберем, если все пройдет удачно, поддержке полиции в Бруклине, да, чтобы нам дали жить спокойно. Если одним словом вам многое не нравится в Бруклине, проголосуйте за Джорджа Сарантополоса, и этот человек обещает сделать так, чтобы вы просыпались по утрам счастливыми, если живете в Бруклине. Вот так давайте закончим, да, наш разговор.
Замечательно.
И проголосуем 24 июня за Джорджа Sarantopoulos. George, thank you very much.
Thank you, and
It was a pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
George.